All right, okay. Hello and good morning, everybody. Hi, this is me, Darius Unchauskas, and this is the Daily Picture International Breaking News section. The ones that I'm going to pick up on today in this little video, in this little short video, is going to be the CB Consumer Confidence number and the US JOLTs job opening numbers, which are coming out. Both are coming out today. Look, there's a few things that I wanted to pick up on, but I just wanted to see where we are at this moment and how this could play out today for the US dollar. So before we jump into all that, just a quick read through our risk disclaimer. So yes, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendations and should not be considered as such. So this material should not be taken as an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. So I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest. Basically we do have a very eventful week. Although today we maybe not the most exciting data is coming out, still I think it's worth mentioning. Look, also before what's worth mentioning is our website, which you can always check out for more information about us. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to assist. So, economic calendar, very quickly. CB consumer confidence number here, and let me just open up the job openings. So first of all, let me start off with the CB consumer confidence number. Now, this number has been performing quite well. I would say it has been beating the forecast so far, since only last time it failed to beat the forecast was back in April. So when the actual number came out much lower than the previous number. But then since then, it has been on the higher side than the previous, so it was going good in a way. So apart from the September number where it declined. Now, it dropped from 103.8 to 98.7. Now, the question is right now what's going to happen here, because the previous one is 98.7 and the expected number is right now is the 99.3. Look, in general, I would say it's good that the expectation is on the higher side. That's great. But for me personally, I would like to see the number. If let's say it comes out higher, then I would like to see the actual number coming out, let's say somewhere above 100, just to be a little bit more, let's say, just more symbolic number. I mean, I think that the market will see that more as a positive thing. If it comes out, let's say, still above the forecast, but still below somewhere 100, then maybe the market will not take it as a huge success, and it will just mean that the consumers are kind of still somewhere like in 50-50 mode. So, look, I would say this way that for now, we're expecting a higher number. For me, the better indication will be if we come out somewhere above 100, and then we could go from there. Jumping into, let's say, this situation here. Look, I talked about this one in my morning webinar, so you can check it out as well, about the US dollar situation here. So we did get a nice reach here. I mean, I talked about this 104.50 zone. I have been targeting this one for quite a while, since we cleared the EMAs here on my daily chart. And I said that, look, if we can go higher, and eventually my target is this one right here. This was a good area of resistance and support as well in the back in the day here, 104.50. Got a hold up near it. So now, can we see a bit of a retracement? So this is where I'm hoping that this will work out. Again, this is just an idea. Don't get me wrong. It might not play this way, but consumer confidence, yes, we're expecting a higher number, but if it comes out, let's say higher than the forecast, then what could happen here? Let's say this could remain stable, and it might not, let's say, go even higher, because if this is gonna, let's say, come out higher, but let's say JOLTs are gonna come out lower, JOLTs job openings. Now, this is, like I said, this is where the tricky bit is, because if you're wondering why I'm suddenly considering, let's say, job opening numbers to come out on the lower side, well, just basically going from the forecasts, what we're getting from the ADP and the non-NFP numbers for this week. So we're expecting lower numbers on that front. And I'm just curious if this is gonna not play out the same in the JOLTS job openings. Again, if you think different, please do comment in below. I mean, I'm really interested in. Again, I by the way, thank you very much for the previous comment. I can't remember. It was about Canadian interest rates. The gentleman there who commented. I really appreciate your comment. Honestly, it was fantastic. So I just wanted to give a massive shout out to the person who left a comment. I There is a few things I can debate on that one, but look, but thank you very much for that comment. I really appreciate it. It was a good intake. I mean, good perspective. So yeah. Um, Look, again, the same story. If you don't agree with me on this one, honestly, let me know. Let me know in the comments. I mean, I'll look into this as well because I'm curious to know what other people think as well. But for me at this point, like I said, the JOLTS job numbers, if the current expectation here is a lower number. And this is where it's happening across the board, across all those job numbers this week in the US. So everything is expected to decline. Look, I'll do a separate session on NFPs and ADPs, but yeah, I'll do that one maybe tomorrow. But for now, let's stick to for today's numbers, JOLT numbers, and CB consumer confidence numbers. So, like I said, if let's say the forecast here on the CB consumer confidence comes out, let's say higher than the forecast, but lower still, let's say than 100, then I don't see this as a very positive thing. But if the JOLT job openings numbers, yes, if they decline they fall below this forecast here, well, what could we see here is that this would be maybe a start of something bad here, and this would be maybe a start of the downward like trajectory. Although I have to probably correct myself, it has already started. So yes, we are seeing since March of this year, we're seeing this downward trajectory. So okay, yeah, it has been already. So this is the thing. In order to kind of, let's say, to to maybe change this, you need to come out maybe higher than higher than March. Maybe then we could see some strength in the US dollar. But again, the US dollar doesn't need much strength. I think it needs a correction. Looking at this from the technical perspective, so maybe all the stars are aligning perfectly for the JOLT numbers to come out in on the lower side. And if that's the case, then hey, maybe a bit of a correction here back on the US dollar could be nicely, or could be nice. And hey, maybe some other currencies like currency pairs like Euro USD or GBP USD could get some could get a breath of fresh air. And I'm talking about the bulls of those pairs. So yeah, let's see how that's going to play out. For now, like I said, looking at this picture here, the 104.50 is the barrier that I'm watching. If somehow by any chance we get these numbers much better than the forecast, then well, hey, much better. I mean, talking about. So then, yes, a nice pop here in the US dollar could be possible. But let's not rush into things. Maybe, like I said, this is time for this one to correct back down, and for this one, it needs some, let's say, not as good data, you know. And again, like I said, maybe all the stars will align. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was just a quick thought. Like I said, let me know what you think. I think this is all, despite not being the most exciting news this week. Still, for today, I think that's quite important. So, let me know what you think, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much, and bye bye.